What's up, guys? NBA Talk, Wednesday basketball for you, December 20th, 2017. We got a couple of games, like always. Packed full night. Not going to do all of them. So we're going to start things off with, surprisingly, the Toronto Raptors. Because they are just one of the more underrated teams in the league. It's crazy because they've been winning a whole bunch of games. No one is talking about them. Nobody's talking about this team. And they're just racking up wins and wins and wins. Right now, they just beat the Charlotte Hornets tonight, 129-111. They are now second in the Eastern Conference. They passed the Cavaliers. Even though they have more wins, the Toronto Raptors have less losses, so it's a little mix-up there. But one thing's for sure, the Toronto Raptors are second in the Eastern Conference. That's just nuts, man. Tonight it showed why, because they're one of the more balanced teams in the league. Top 10 in offense, top 10 in defense. That blows my mind. Like, they have the perfect balance for this team. Tonight, it really showed that it's not just the star power. DeRozan, he played very, very well. Not much from Kyle Lowry. But overall, the team plays very, very well. The defense from Serge Ibaka and all these other guys. The bench is a real deal. They rack up for this team, playing good amount of minutes. Is just fantastic. Like, and beating the Charlotte Hornets, they're not that much of a joke, even though they've been losing a lot. But they're a team that's not going to go down so easily. They're one of the more better defensive teams. But they lost tonight still. So what happened? The second quarter happened, and the Toronto Raptors never looked back. Like, the second quarter, just a huge spanking. Never looked back. Even though the Toronto Raptors put on a good scoring show in the second half, which is kind of a little damping on the Toronto Raptors defense. As a team, individually, the players from the Hornets didn't have a good night. Good job from the Toronto Raptors on that part. Like, Kemba Walker, their best player, had a bad night. Dwight Howard didn't take enough shots. He was going to the free throw line, and he was making those free throws. Just not going to the free throw line. I mean, taking a shot a little bit more, since Kemba Walker was missing his shots. Nicholas Batum only took one shot tonight. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist had to take the second most shots tonight. Well, maybe some people off the bench for sure, because Jeremy Lamb definitely got off tonight. The only person that really showed up tonight. So yeah, like, only a few people. Actually, I can't really say that. Jeremy Lamb, he's the only one who really showed up, because the defense of the Toronto Raptors held Kemba Walker in check. They stopped his three ball. They stopped his penetration into the paint. Stop all that. Dwight Howard didn't take enough shots. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, I don't know why they're relying on him for shot making, because he's not a primary scorer. And yeah, not much from everybody else. So that's the Hornets. But the Toronto Raptors, they got their bench showing up big time. So yeah, that's it. So to say, Toronto Raptors 129-111 Hornets. So stats: DeRozan 28 points to lead the team. He also picked up 8 assists, 2 rebounds. He was 10 for 15 from the field, 3 for 4 from the three-point range, which is something that is very, very necessary for him. He can't be just a mid-shooter, like mid-range shooter. He needs to be a three-point shooter. He needs to take more three-point shots. He needs to spread the floor, which he did tonight. So hopefully we can see more from DeRozan. He's definitely one of the more better passers this year. Just like last year, he was showing that point guard-ish. We're starting to see more shooting guards become like point guards. You could thank James Harden for that. Kyle Lowry, he had a not so good night. 11 points, 8 assists, just like DeRozan. 3 rebounds, 4 for 7 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3-point range. Serge Ibaka had a great night for himself. 24 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 block shots. 11 from 16 from the field, 2 for 3 from the 3-point range. Valanciunas only played for 16 minutes before he bounced out. 4 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. The bench players, like, even though I can't pronounce their names right, Sakam, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Even though he was dealing with foul trouble, 5 personals. You got Norman Powell, 7 points. And then you got this guy, Poetti, with 6 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 block shots. Van Vliet with 8 points, 6 assists, 9 points from right. 53% from the field, 48% from the 3-point range. And that's pretty much a wrap. I'm just going to call it from there. Toronto Raptors are 21-8, 10-7 away, while the Charlotte Hornets are 11-20, 9-9 at home. Toronto Raptors, number 2 in the Eastern Conference right now, because Cavaliers lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. They have 1 more loss over the Toronto Raptors, so Toronto Raptors have the least amount. So